Hey guys, in this video I wanted to talk about blog income in Q4. So the fourth quarter between September and December, and basically how affiliate income, blog income basically increases because everyone's buying stuff for the holiday season. Commercialism at its finest. Today what I wanted to kind of show you are two blogs that I manage that have ads on them. The first one is a lifestyle blog that I started in 2017, and the second one is a food blog that I started in 2020. And I wanted to kind of show you what Q1 looks like and Q4 looks like when it comes to blog income. I'm also going to talk about how I have hired out for both of these blogs and basically what I have done. And I'll also share with you guys a link to my standard operating procedures for these writers. So I'm going to go ahead and link down below to that. You'll have to sign up for my newsletter in order to get that outline. Overall, quickly I'm going to talk about Q4 as well as benefits of hiring out and what I've been able to focus on. So stay tuned. For those of you guys who are new to my channel, my name is Sang, and on this channel I talk all about online marketing, blogging, making money as a side hustle from your blog, along with tech gadgets that I like to use in my office because I work remotely from home. For those of you guys who don't know, I have a career outside of my blog where I work in paid search advertising, which is really exciting. And so what I want to talk to you guys about is Q4. Q4 is completely bonkers when it comes to how much money you can actually make as a blogger or online marketer or even like a content creator. And so for me, at least, as my side hustle, I make money through ad revenue as well as affiliate income. This video specifically won't go through the affiliate income perspective, but I have pulled some data and I wanted to share with you guys basically since 2017 for my lifestyle blog, how much I made in Q1 versus Q4 over the years so that you guys can see the comparison between how much money you actually make at the beginning of the year where no one really is advertising because everyone spent their budget in the last few months. And then compare that to Q4 where everyone's trying to spend their money to get people's money when they're trying to buy for holidays. And I wanted to kind of share that with you guys just so that you have perspective. I haven't seen a video where someone has actually gone through Q1 versus Q4 for two totally different sites. Again, lifestyle blog versus Asian food blog. It's completely different. So I wanted to kind of share with you guys those numbers specifically so that it either inspires you or gives you an idea or context of what it means when someone goes, hey, Q4 is insane for content creators online, just so that you guys have perspective. Alright, so I want to give you an overview of both my blogs real quick. So I've got the lifestyle blog and the food. As you can see here, since 2017, I've had the lifestyle blog. I have over 500 posts on that blog. And let me tell you guys, probably 80% of it is crap because I didn't know what I was doing at the beginning of my blogging journey. So I just want you guys to know that I think 80% of my traffic comes from maybe 20 of my blog posts. I don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I feel like it's honestly an 80-20 rule for both of these blogs. Even with the food blog where I have, I think I had really good strong strategies starting out. I do believe that 80% of my traffic comes from 20% of my my blog. So for the lifestyle blog, I have on average, and it's actually gone crazy this month because I think I have a lot of seasonal content and I didn't realize it, but it has right now 78,000 page views. Last month it was 50. So right now it's going really crazy, and I think it's because I'm putting strategies in place, deleting content that doesn't make sense. Also just doing more traffic on Pinterest, adding more images, because I realize now that the goal with Pinterest is add new images. If I focus on adding new images rather than just posting the same thing over and over, I'm getting a lot more traffic and a lot more visibility that way. And then I also have over 66,000 sessions, which I tend to look at page views. I know with Mediavine, the ad agency, they tend to look at sessions for their RPM. And then as you can see, month to date, my session RPM is $61.85. And then for the food blog, I have 55,000 page views, and then month to date, $46.64, and that's in Q4, and so it's November 21st right now, so that's the traffic that's bringing in. Okay, so if I take a screenshot of Mediavine, again, I've been with Mediavine since 2017 for the lifestyle blog, and for the food blog, where did I say? 2020, right? All right, as you can see here, here's a screenshot of basically the earnings summary as it stands right now. It shows you yesterday, month to date, and last month how much I made from each of these, and then also the RPM. I know a lot of you guys in the last comments section of my video said, hey, that's a really high RPM. I think so too, but I think right now, Q4, I feel like for Q4 of 2021, it's kind of crazy with everything in the world that's going on. I don't know if people are spending more money, or I have no idea why the RPM is that high, but what I'm trying to tell you guys is I don't control the RPM. I don't know how to control the RPM. I don't even know how to change what the RPM is. The only thing I can control is how much content I create and how often I'm publishing. And so to me, like this number, yeah, like it is a high number, but I can't tell you guys what I'm doing other than like the niches that I'm in. So for the lifestyle niche, it looks like I'm making more money than the food niche. That's as much as I can control for RPM. So if I give you guys a view of what Q1 looks like year over year, so I started in July 2017, so the first Q1 that I had was 2018, and so you can see on the right hand side the RPM was $14 and then 16, 26, and 29. So at least it's increasing year over year. And I feel like if you have an age domain and you've been with that ad management company for a while, you're going to continue to see your RPM increase because I think it like increases their confidence of your site. So I think there is something to being consistent and continuing to create content on that channel. So this one is for Q4. As you can see, the RPM was $21 and now it's like $67 in Q4. Like that is crazy. Like it doubled. It doubled between like last year and this year. So again, I have no control over this, but I wanted to kind of show you guys the possibilities again with two completely separate niches. Like literally lifestyle blog, I'm like making furniture and showing you how to make the furniture, and then for the Asian food vlog, I'm literally showing how my mom cooks our home style meals when I was growing up. So yeah, that's a comparison. It's really crazy. Here's the food blog. So as you can see, food blog, I did Q4 to Q1, Q4 because I only have like 2 years worth of data, and so for Q4 I had $32, and then this year it's $47. So it went up by about like 25 to 50%. So that's really interesting. And then Q1 obviously like is in the $22 range. So no one's really advertising during that time, I guess. So here are my overall takes in terms of like what you can gather from this data, or at least things that I've done, just so that you guys can understand like where my head goes whenever I look at these numbers. So generally in Q4, I get really excited because I'm like, oh, if I multiply like $150 a day times 365 days a year, that's like the salary that I would be making as a blogger. Don't do that. Q4 is like this oddity. You'd probably want to create a range of what your RPM is throughout the year to get you a baseline number of how much you can make from your blog. But don't use Q4 because that's like Q4 is by itself is like an anomaly when you compare it against the entire year. And then it does appear that I continue to grow, so that means that I just need to create more content because that's the only thing I can control, and that's the only thing that I'm doing a little bit different. But again, I can't control the RPM. So my next steps are basically focus on how do I create more content faster, because there's only a finite amount of time, and if I want to grow, right, and I want to create more content, then I have realized, even though I hate managing people and I hate just telling people like, hey, I don't like this, in order for me to grow this channel, I literally have to basically hire out. And so that's what I've done. I went to Upwork and hired 2 people that did small projects for me in the past. And so I asked them, hey, do you want to write blog content? And they have. So that's really exciting. Before I even hired out, I wrote a standard operating procedure, basically like a letter of like, hey, this is the scope of work. Product manager in IT, I am very familiar with like creating user stories, acceptance criteria, and scope documents. And so what I wanted to do was create a scope, acceptance criteria, and as well as writing styles and guidelines for these people that are writing content for me. And so what I did was I took 3 to 4 hours to create that, and I'm going to go ahead and share that with you guys on my free Vault resource library. Go ahead and sign up for my newsletter. You'll then get access to the library. It's free, and then you can download my standard operating procedures that I send out to my writers. And so basically they follow that. I have a spreadsheet where they kind of just look at what I've kind of outlined and then write about it. And then what I'll do from there is then it saves me like, I don't know, about 2 hours of writing time. I still do a lot of editing and adding links and interlinks and like all the images, but they do a bulk of the writing content. And so hiring writers has allowed me to write more content faster and then be more consistent in publishing. Because it used to be that I would like, I would be busy for that week because of work or because of kids or whatever, right? And so then I wouldn't be consistently creating content. But if I know that someone is giving me content on Thursday and it saved me like 2 to 3 hours and all I have to do is plug in a bunch of links and stuff, I am all for that. And so it has allowed me to actually create more consistent publishing on my side. And then the cost of that was creating 3 to 4 hours worth of time to create these standard operating procedures, which I'm giving you for free, which is exciting. And so it saves me about 2 hours per blog post. So that's 4 hours total between both of my blogs, which is pretty significant for me. All right, so with that replace time, you got to replace that time with something, right? So what I did was it now makes me more consistent in terms of adding interlinks, which helps with SEO. It's also allowed me to take time to create project management processes and flows and allow me to actually follow through with it. What I mean by that is it used to be that like I would write the content and just publish it, but I wouldn't like save that link anywhere. So now I actually have time to write the content, save the link, and then add it to wherever I do like Pinterest and all that stuff. And I create like Pinterest headlines with the time that I have saved by hiring out writers. Otherwise, what I would have done is I would have spent like 3 to 4 hours writing a blog post, and then I was so tired that I wouldn't like do the follow through, which was like adding the links, adding Pinterest titles and descriptions, and also creating pins. And so with that time, I'm able to kind of follow through on some of the things that I wanted to track, which would allow me to create more pins that would drive more traffic. And then what I've also done is been able to then outline all new blog posts and do better keyword research. So what I'll do is I'll give them the title, I'll give them like related links, and then I'll also say, hey, here are the headlines that I want you to have, here are the topics that you should talk about, and here are the keywords. And it's allowed me to actually do the research first because I know what I want them to write versus me like doing keyword research right before I write. So it's been able to allow me to just do some focused time in terms of keyword research while I'm doing it in batch for the writers. And what's really great about hiring a writer is now I'm able to implement a new strategy, which is email marketing. I have been really bad at email marketing. Like I'm good at like capturing the leads. I haven't been really good in terms of like creating lead magnets and all that, but I do have like 1 to 2 lead magnets for each of my blogs. And what I've been able to do is now nurture my email subscribers. So today, like I'm able to, so what I mean by email strategies is that it used to be like for my lifestyle blog, I would never like write them ever. I think they got their freebie. I think I had like 1 to 2 sequences, but they weren't really that great, and so I wouldn't ever write to them. And these days what I'm doing is I actually have time to basically create a template. So for this week, for example, for those that have signed up for my newsletter, I send out like old content that I have refreshed. For example, in order to drive affiliate revenue, I sent out a link to affordable family pajamas. I sent out emails on like elf on the shelf ideas, and then I also sent something out on like just general wall decor ideas for the home. So that was all through the newsletter. It was literally a 5-minute email that I created, and then that enables me to drive traffic to my site during the holiday season while my SEO is also working on the back end as well. I know that was a completely random video where I talked about Q1 versus Q4 as well as hiring out writers, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of what's going on right now in Q4 as I continue to create content on this channel, on my lifestyle channel, as well as on my blogs. But what I wanted to share with you guys is I'm going to go ahead and continue updating my course. If you guys go ahead and check out the link below, you'll see the link to my absolutely free course. I'm basically paying it forward because I know a lot of bloggers have helped me historically in the past, and so I just wanted to share some of the knowledge that I've learned along the way and help you guys in your journey. The only way I'm making money is through the affiliate links that I use there, as well as hopefully get that other YouTube channel monetized. So anyway, if you guys have any questions or any topics that you want me to cover in the course, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'm more than happy to help. And if you guys want the standard operating procedures that I share with new writers, go ahead and sign up for the email newsletter, and you'll be able to get access to the resource library. Thanks guys, have a great week.